Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into a really important topic, professional burnout. We're going to look specifically at how it affects ambitious, high-performing women, especially in a fast-paced environment like Dubai. We'll get into what it is, how to spot it, and most importantly, how you can start to heal from it.
This quote right here, it really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? For so many of us, life is this constant juggle between a demanding career, our families, and all those expectations from the world around us. And when that juggling act just never ever stops, well, that's where the seeds of burnout are planted.
So let's start by really looking at this high-pressure environment. Because acknowledging the specific things that are weighing on you, that's the absolute first step to being able to do something about them. As you glance over this list, does any of it ring a bell? Maybe it's that deep, bone-tired feeling that a weekend of sleep doesn't even touch. Or maybe it's that creeping feeling of disillusionment about a job you used to love. Just seeing these feelings in yourself is a huge, crucial first step. Okay, so this is a big one. It is so easy to mix up everyday stress with actual burnout, but they are a whole different beast. And knowing the difference is critical, so let's break it down right now. Right, so this is the million-dollar question. We all get stressed. It's usually tied to a big project or a crazy deadline. But what happens when that feeling of being completely wiped out just sticks around, even after you've rested or, even taken that vacation you were dreaming of? That's the clue. That persistence is a major sign you might be dealing with more than just stress. Here's the core difference. Stress is usually a state of over-engagement. You feel frantic, you're stretched thin, but you're still pushing. Burnout is the total opposite. It's about disengagement. It's that feeling of being emotionally hollowed out and detached. Think of it this way. Stress feels like you have too much on your plate, while burnout feels like you have not enough left in your tank. You see, burnout isn't just a vague sense of being tired. It's a recognized state of total exhaustion with three very distinct dimensions that all work together to create that overwhelming feeling. And these are the big three. It all starts with emotional exhaustion. That's the feeling of having absolutely nothing left to give. And when your emotional well runs dry, your brain tries to protect itself, which brings us to number 2, depersonalization. This is when you start to feel cynical or disconnected from your work, your colleagues, you're basically just going through the motions. And that deadly combo fuels the third one, a decreased sense of accomplishment, that nagging voice that says your work doesn't matter anymore or that you're just not good at it. Okay, so that's the official definition, but how does this stuff actually show up in our real day-to-day lives? What are the practical, real-world red flags we should be looking for? This is a huge one. On paper, you might be killing it, hitting all your goals, getting all the praise, but inside, you've got this constant fear that you're about to be found out as a fraud. That feeling is classic imposter syndrome, and it's a very common partner to burnout. And how about this one? That inability to say no often comes from a deep-seated desire to be helpful or a fear of letting people down. But when you don't have those healthy boundaries, you are constantly giving away your own energy, which just pours gasoline on the burnout fire. You know that feeling? Your brain is like a computer with 100 tabs open all at once and you can't close a single one. That is mental overload. When that work anxiety comes home with you every night and you can never truly disconnect, your entire system never gets a chance to rest and recharge. So when you mix those internal feelings, like feeling like a fraud, with all the external pressures and really weak boundaries, the result is that profound, deep exhaustion. These are the telltale signs that you're probably running on empty. I really want to pause on this for a second. Going through burnout can feel incredibly lonely, like you're the only one who can't seem to hold it all together. But I need you to hear this. You are not alone, and this is not a permanent state. You can absolutely recover. So, if you've been nodding along to some of this, the most important question is, what now? What can you actually do about it? Let's get into the practical, hands-on strategies for taking your energy back and finding your way forward. And it's so important to know the path to recovery isn't just about relaxing more. It's a structured, proactive plan. It's built on practical, goal-oriented steps and proven methods that actually work. Here's a really solid 4-step framework. Step 1 is all about identification. You have to get crystal clear on what's actually causing the stress so you can make a real plan. Step 2 is about challenging those beliefs, using tools like CBT to help rewire the unhelpful thought patterns, like perfectionism, that are fueling the fire. Step 3 is developing your tools.
Things like mindfulness that you can use in the moment to manage that feeling of overwhelm. And finally, step 4 is all about building boundaries, learning how to say no and protect your energy so that you can keep going for the long haul.
All right, finally, let's talk about what is probably the single most important mindset shift you can make in this entire journey. Please let this one really sink in. Burnout is not a personal failure. It is not a sign that you can't handle it. It is a biological signal from your body and your mind screaming that something is out of balance. Think of it like a smoke alarm. It's there to tell you it's time to stop, pay attention, and make a change.
And at the end of the day, how many people's permission do you need to start taking care of yourself? Just one. Yours. Giving yourself that permission is the real first step. It's about redefining success, not by how much you can do, but by finding a sustainable balance between your ambition and your well-being. So I'll leave you with this question. This doesn't have to be some huge, life-altering change overnight. Just think, what is one small, tiny thing you can do today to start that process of recalibration?